Hello widget watchers, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to see RecyclerView in Android. Whether you are creating horizontal list or vertical list, you have to use RecyclerView. For example, probably you have seen a mobile application which have a list of user, or let's say Instagram or YouTube. They have posts list or videos list. So they all are using RecyclerView. So now you can ask what's the show special about RecyclerView? You can use the list view or linear layout where you will place each item and you will show them in a list view, right? But the issue is that those are not optimized. For example, let's say you have a thousands of entries, or let's say you have a list of thousands user. Now if you will use list view, then what will happen that it will draw all the 1,000 item at once, right? And this will cause a lot of performance issue, and your application can crash because it's using so much resources. So the solution for this, that we can use the recycler view. Then you can say that recycler view also need to draw 1,000 item because user want to see 1,000 item. Then how recycler view is optimized? So the reason is that recycler view will only show the items that are presented on the screen at once. For example, let's say user are going to only see 10 items at a time. When he scroll, then he will see another next item. So that's what recycler view do. What it does, it to only plot the items that are visible to the user, and when user scroll, it to automatically draw the other items. It's not going to draw all the 1,000 item at once. So this is how recycler view is optimized. So basically, when view goes off the screen when user scroll, then recycler view reuses that same view for the new items. Now let's see how recycler view works. We are going to see the code example after a few minutes, but before jumping to the code, first let's get the clear idea that how recycler view works, because if you get this, then code will be just a cheesecake for you. So let's say here we have this recycler view, and I'm denoting it as the RV. RV means recycler view. And now we have a list of data or a set of data, or let's say a data, right? Now what we want to do, we want to show this data inside our recycler view. That's what we want to do. So up until now we have our this data and we have our recycler view. But now we want to show this data inside our recycler view, but we cannot directly put this data inside our recycler view. So for putting this data inside the recycler view, we need an adapter. Now you can ask that what is this adapter thing now? So basically what adapter does, it take single item from data and put this data as a row inside our recycler view. Listen me again. This adapter thing will going to take a single entry from data and put a single item as a row inside our recycler view. So let's say we have 5 data points in our this data, right? So adapter will take one item at a time and it will put this inside our recycler view. After this, it will go to the second item, then third, then fourth, and so on. So basically the adapter's task is to take one item from this data and put this into recycler view. Now, like this, all the things can't be done by the adapter only. It needs something else, and this adapter needs a view holder. Basically, view holder is going to be the child class of this adapter. Now you can ask that what is this new thing, view holder? So as the name suggests, view holder is used to hold the view. So basically it holds the UI of a single item. So basically we will create a XML file for the single item where we will design how a single item should look like, and then view holder is going to hold that view, and then adapter class will use this view holder class to replicate the UI and fill the data inside our recycler view. So now let's see the code example for recycler view. So here I have opened my project, and as of now I don't have anything in our project. So what I will do, first I'll change this constraint layout to relative layout, and then afterwards here, as I told you in the beginning, here we need to add the recycler view. So here add the recycler view. This one is correct. And then for its width, here add the match parent, and for height add the wrap content, and then let's close it. And just one more thing, here give the ID to it. So let's add the ID as the recycler view. It's perfect. Now, as I told you, we need to create a XML file for a single UI item, that how our UI will look, like how a single item will look. Okay, so what we will do, we will create a new XML file inside the layout folder, and let's name it as the user data. Now again, from here, first let's remove this constraint layout, and here add the relative layout. Okay, then inside it, here I add the 3 points, one for index, which will like show 1 2 3 4 5, then username, and then their Gmail ID. Okay, so here what I'll create, here we can create a text item, and for height and width, let's give it the wrap content and wrap content. And for ID, here let's give it the ID as the item index. And then for text, like usually what developers does, they put this text field as empty, but we are beginner, so let's see how this will look. Okay, so we are going to fill some static data or some dummy data here. So let me add one, and then let's add the text size, and let's give the text size as 20 sp, and it's still small, so let's give it the 50. And then also add the padding and margin here. So add the padding of 10 dp, and also add the margin of 10 dp. It's perfectly fine. So now this text thing is done. Now we need to add the username. So what we are going to do, we will just copy paste this text here, because most of the property is going to be same. We first need to change the ID, so let's name it as username, and then change the text size to 30 screen pixel. And as you can see here, now this text view and this text view, they are both overlapping on each other, right? So what we can do here, we can simply add layout to end of, and then we can mention this item index ID. So here what will happen, it will align it to the end of this text view. So here you can see it's perfectly aligned. Now let's change the value to, let's say, John Cena. It's perfectly fine. Now we need to add the email ID of the user. Okay, so here we will just again copy paste the same text view, and this time this going to be 20 sp, and here we need to add, okay, first let's change the user ID, so this error will go away, user mail, and then layout below, and then here add the username. It's perfectly fine. Okay, this is done. Now let's remove this margin and padding from both these text view, because they don't need this margin and padding thing. It's perfectly fine now. Like let's make these text as bold so that they will look good. So here add the text style and make them bold, and do the same for this mail text. So here now the UI part is done. Now let's create the adapter for this. So here let's create a new Kotlin class. So here let's name it as the user adapter. And let's name it as user model. It's perfectly fine. Now this is going to be a model class, right? So here are this user model class is created. Now inside this we need to pass our data. So inside it, here we need to create the variables for data which we are going to pass, right? So this is just going to be a model class. and we are using Kotlin, so we don't need to write the constructor and getter setter. We can simply mention data here, and then here we can add our variable which we want. So basically I want first should be index, and its type is going to be type of string, and then for name, and then email. This is perfectly fine. Now user can simply put data inside this user model, and then this user model can be used by the user adapter. So first let's add the user model inside this user adapter. So here we can simply mark it as private, and then user model, and type is of list of user model. So, so basically here we created a constructor, and this user model is private variable. So this is basically, this is only going to be read only variable, right? So we will use this variable to provide the data inside our this user data thing, right? Now, as you can see, this is just a simple and plain class. We need to extend this class with adapter and view holder so that it can use those things, right? So here we can simply say recycler view, then adapter. Now afterwards, apart from this, we also need the view holder, which is going to be the child class of this user adapter. So apart from this adapter thing, if you remember, then we also need to add the view holder inside this user adapter, right? So basically view holder is going to be the child class of this user adapter. So here we can say user adapter dot user view holder. Basically this view holder is child class. So that's why I'm mentioning in a user adapter class. So here let's first create this user view holder class. So this is the inner class. So we can simply mention inner class, then user view holder. Okay. Now basically this user view holder task is to hold the view, right, for each single item. So here we will first add the binding because we are using the latest code. So here first we will add the binding, and this is of going to be user data binding. So this user data binding is the automatically generated class, okay, because we are using binding, right? Then afterwards we need to add this view to our recycler view. So here we can simply say, or let's move to the next line, recycler view dot view holder, and then on this view holder we can provide the root of this binding class. Basically this will refer to this user data thing. Okay, now it's the view holder task is done, but still we have a error. Let me check what's the issue. Oh, okay, actually we forget to add this thing here. Now it's perfectly fine. Now we have error on this user adapter thing, and this error is there because we hadn't implemented the method of the adapter class. So here simply press Alt Enter and then press on to this implement methods thing and implement all these three methods. So it's done. Now here, so here in these three methods, this get item count is the easiest method. Basically here, from here we need to return the total item count of the list. So what we can do here, we can simply say user model dot size, and we can simply return this value. So this is the implementation of this get item count method. Now let's move to this a bit complex method, which is on create view holder. Actually, it's not complex, but here what we need to do, here we need to convert this user data XML to Java code to inflate the layout. Basically here we need to add the layout inflator, right? So here what we can do, here simply create a binding variable, and this is going to be of type user data binding. And here adding user data binding reason is that inside this view holder we had added user data binding, so this and these binding should be same. Okay, then here we need to inflate this layout, then here add the layout inflator from parent context. It's perfectly fine. So basically here what we are doing here, we are basically converting the XML code to the Java code parent and then add the false. It's perfectly fine. Now from here we simply return the user view holder, with this binding class. Now it's done. So this was the task for this method. Now inside this method, on bind view holder, basically what we will do, we will bind the data to this UI, right? It's very simple. So let's say we want to set the index, right? So what we can do, holder dot binding, shit, and then the after binding, then we need to add the ID of these items. So let's say first we have this item index thing, right? So here we can simply say item index, then we change the text, and what's the value will be? Value will be this user model, and then the current position of this item with index. It's perfectly fine. Now we will do the same for username. So here the ID is username and value is name, and the same thing for email. Now the task of adapter is completed. Now we need to come to this main activity.kt file, and here first we need to create the dummy data, right? So what I can do here, we can create a variable, and let's also make this as the private variable user data, and the type is of user model, list of user model, and then afterwards here we can say list of, then here we can pass our dummy data. So just give me a minute, I'm writing some dummy data. So here I have added the 4 item: John Cena, Roman Reigns, Great Khali, and Brock Lesnar. Okay, now here what we need to do, so afterwards, first thing what we need to do here, we need to initialize our adapter. So here add your adapter, and then use adapter, and inside the user adapter we need to pass user data. So I have added that. Now what we need to do, we need to find our this recycler view which we have added in this activity underscore main.xml file. So first let's find that thing, find.recyclerView, and then here we need to add the linear layout manager to it. So here add the layout manager, and then linear layout manager, and then pass the context. So add this here. Now what we need to do, we need to add this adapter to this recycler view, right? So here we can simply say binding recycler view adapter and assign this to this current adapter. Our task is done. So that's it, what we need to do. Now let's try to run this application. Installation is successful. Okay, but we are only seeing one item. Okay, item is there, but they are taking too much space. Probably we have done something wrong inside this user data XML class. Okay, here we need to add the height as wrap content only. This is why it was throwing error. Actually not error, this is why we have the kind of UI. Now let's see if it is still working fine or not. Now it's perfectly fine. Now you can make the alignment correct as per your requirement, but my idea was just to teach you how RecyclerView work and how this thing can handle a tons of data. So that's I have taught you. Now if you like this video, then please hit a subscribe button and like this video, and please leave a comment that motivates me to create such a videos for you. And yeah, if you have any video idea, then please let me know in the comment section. And thank you. I'll see you in the next one.